Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the lounge once again. Here I am, and we're gonna do something a little different this time, okay? Because I was thinking about this, and usually I'm doing podcasts, I'm motivating you or giving you advice or helping somebody, but I thought, you know what? Let's do a feedback podcast. That's right. I want your thoughts, your feedback, and your opinions. Now, remember, this is not anyone judging anyone. This isn't me saying, oh, that's the way you feel. Oh, you're a horrible person. No. The one thing that I have learned in criminal justice is when you step in and you learn law, you also got to learn the fact that when someone does the crime, they do the time, right? Sometimes there's crimes that are committed and that person might be sent away for a very long time for a horrible, horrible crime. But that last day that he or she serves and gets out, if he or she gets out, but if they do, it is crime and time served. Period. A lot of people say, no, 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 that ain't right. That is not right. Now, listen, I'm not saying that I agree that if someone goes out and murders somebody, do I think that they ever deserve to walk outside of a prison wall again? No, I don't. I just don't. But that's as far as I'll go with that. But I want your thoughts on this case. I was going to play the first part of it, but guys, it's pretty brutal, and I can't do it. I can't listen to it again. So I'm going to play a prison interview, but that's it. But I'm going to tell you about what happened. Basically, some girls got together. They did not like this one girl, jealous of her, whatever the case might be. They tricked her. They conned her into going with them somewhere. They put this girl in a car. Now they're driving down the road. Next thing you know, another girl pops up behind them in the back seat, puts a knife up to the girl's throat, and says, I bet you never thought this would happen, right? Anyways, it got way worse. They took her to a place, tried to cut her throat, but the knife was too dull. So then they decided they were just going to beat her up real bad. Well, they did that, threw her in the trunk of the car, took this girl with them back to their house, left her in the trunk and she was unconscious, right? Well, then they heard her screaming. And the lady that you're getting ready to interview about, she went back out there with a knife and stabbed this girl in the back of the head. Now, you would think that's where it ends, right? Well, that is not where it ends, sadly. Once they figured out that didn't kill the girl, they were going down the road and they hurt her again. Now they decide we're going to wrap her up in a blanket, pour gas all over her, and burn her alive. Now, as they did that, she attempted to get up when they were all walking away. Well, then the girl went back, poured more gas on her, and watched her burn. Stood there and watched this innocent, beautiful little girl burn alive. This is one of the worst cases that I have studied in criminal justice. It's horrible, heartbreaking. And again, I just want to get feedback. What do you guys think? What do you think? Should she have ever walked free? Should she have got the death sentence? What do you think? Or should she just been put in prison the rest of her life? Now, some of you are going to say, well, why didn't she? I'm going to answer that right now. When she got charged, back then, I forget the year, sorry, I don't have my notes in front of me, they gave her the full sentence that they could give her. Okay? And that's what they ended up doing. And that is why now she walks free. Time served. She did the crime. She did the time. And now she's walking free. But what do you think? I done told you what I think. I don't think any murderer should ever walk free. Regardless. If I was ever a judge, I would do everything in my power to make sure anybody that did that type of crime never stepped outside of a prison again. Whether they didn't go and face the death sentence or whatever it might be, but never ever should they be given the right to freedom. Why? Because they took a freedom from somebody else. That's the way I see it. So listen to this interview. And look how it's almost like a rejoice. But then again, it's also a video, I think, showing the true definition of forgiving, change, and all that. But I can't bite it. I can't. And maybe that's wrong of me, but I just can't do it. So let's listen to this, and I'll be back in a minute. This is the interview of this girl that killed that little girl that was 12 years old many years ago. And now she's walking free. I don't agree. I'm sorry. Here it is.
20 years ago, 12-year-old Shanda Sharer was lured from her home, tortured through the night, and burned alive by the side of the road. It was a crime of passion and peer pressure committed by 4 teenage girls. But something no one planned has happened, an unlikely alliance between the ringleader of the murder and the victim's mother. What forged the connection is the last thing you would expect to see behind prison walls.
Melinda Loveless has spent more than 7,000 sunrises and sunsets, half her life behind razor wire. Now 36, she grew up in prison in the shadow of her legacy, a crime of jealousy.
Prosecutors say the 18-year-old Loveless planned the murder of 12-year-old Shanda Sharer, burned alive in this field.
And just the name alone, they would say, oh, there's Melinda Loveless, and here comes my case.
Sentenced 60 years for murder.
I want my baby back.
I was the monster.
I'll never get her back.
So I get it. I was the bad person.
Melinda, any regret?
Come on. I know.
But the hands that once took life now nurture it.
Oh, don't come over here. Hi.
Melinda Loveless has a leash in each hand and a new lease on life as a trainer of service dogs for the disabled.
She's happy to see me. Huh?
In 7 years, Melinda has become one of the most trusted and competent trainers
And talk about dog language, let them figure it out.
in the ICANN program.
So we bring our challenges many times to Melinda because she's able to figure out what their strength is.
Now you're going to the shoulder.
Melinda has groomed Odal
Shoulder, you can just watch your little hand.
as a courtroom dog for abused and traumatized children.
Odal comes in, and he's going to sit with them, and they're going to hug him, and they're going to talk to him to make it easier for them. They're going to have that.
But it's this dog, Angel, that is a dog like no other. A 4-legged conduit to her victim Shanda's mother.
And it just, it was like a knife went through my heart.
125 miles away, Shanda's mother Jackie still endures shockwaves from her daughter's brutal murder.
I had many times said that if you want to see as close to a person that has absolutely nothing inside of them, look in Melinda's eyes, because there's nothing there.
Jackie never wanted contact with any of her daughter's killers.
All I've ever said is I just want to serve their sentence. That's all I've ever said.
I know what happened.
Yeah. But a breeder who supplies dogs to the ICAN program at the prison forged an unexpected connection.
I liked it because it wasn't planned.
I needed to talk to you.
Charlie Patrizzo, a burn victim like Shanda, convinced Jackie to watch a videotape of the new Melinda.
I was really taken back.
I could never, ever imagine having my own child and something happening.
I saw someone who was almost reborn.
These are my babies.
Someone who has learned to nurture something.
Oh, I know.
Love it. Then let it go.
It's hard.
As Melinda did with Odell last March.
I know he's in good hands.
And when you have to pass off something that you have grown to love,
It's bittersweet.
there's growth in that.
Yes, because I've loved her. I've cried on her. I've given her medicine, her baths. She's like my kid.
She was compassionate. I think the ICAN program allows her to have something in her life that shows her unconditional love, that she can show that love back to, and there's a result. And there's never any betrayal on either side.
So Jackie Vaught did something remarkable. She took up Charlie, the breeder, on his idea to donate a puppy in Shanda's honor and let Melinda Loveless train her.
When you found out, she said yes.
Yeah.
What?
I didn't believe it.
Not until the puppy, Angel, ran into her arms the first time they met in a crowd of people.
What are you been doing?
That's the one Jackie had touched, had held, had named, and I said, wow.
Jackie has faced criticism over her decision to let Shanda's killer honor her name.
Good job.
But if you don't let good things come from bad things, then nothing ever gets better. And I know that's what my child would want. My child would want this.
She helped me to actually heal, forgive, and grow. Whether she wanted that or not, she did a good thing. And I would thank her. Couldn't thank her enough.
Girl.
Melinda is training Angel to help someone in need, but Angel is already helping her.
Angel is in good hands, and I'm doing it for Shanda, and I'm doing it for her. Yeah.
Jackie hopes to give away a service dog raised in prison every year in Shanda's name, and she said she's open to Melinda raising more of them.
All right, guys, so you guys heard the case. You heard, well, I told the first part because to be honest, I did not want to play that. I listened to it myself, and that was bad enough. I mean, the story alone is, it's just horrible. So what I'm going to do, though, before you guys give your opinion, we're going to get an opinion from the studio on what should have been the legal justice on this. Was it served? Was it legal justice actually served or not? So we're going to ask someone here at the studio. We're going to get a third-person perspective on this and let her give us her view on this, and then I want you guys to respond with your view. So when you're talking this, you're going to have to pull it up. Anyways, I'm going to ask you a question about the case, what happened and all that. But what I'm about to tell you is that the mother that lost her daughter, okay, the girl that was killed, her mother has forgiven this woman and has hugged her and even given her a puppy to train as a service animal. Now, that on top of her being free, what is your opinion?
Regardless of time served, I think that it's a sad shame that the mother is even bothered to forgive, let alone hug the murder of her child. I don't know, maybe this woman did some serious soul searching and forgave everything in her life. and trying to get right by herself, but there ain't no way, shape, or fucking form I would forgive any of that shit. That was my child first and foremost, and her bitch ass took my kid from me. So, oh, hell no.
All right, thank you. All right, so there it is, guys. That is a perspective from another person. I'm going to have to agree a little bit here. I don't know that I could dig down deep to forgive something to that extent. We're all human, and yes, we all make mistakes, and we all make the wrong decisions sometimes. But to murder another person goes beyond that. It goes to a part of a person that most people never, ever go to ever in their life. It goes to that side that I like to call as... And a lot of us, not all, but a lot of us, we don't have that side to us. Thank God. But I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't think... All right. Let me just put it out there bluntly, I guess. Number one, this whole sentencing was screwed over from the beginning.
Totally fucked up.
When she got sentenced, she was given maximum sentence. But they didn't go for her to be on death row. Okay? So, she served her time. And I get that. And as being in criminal justice and learning law, I have to nod my head on saying, okay, it was time served. She served her time. But when I step away from the job side of things, the career side of things, my own opinion says, woman, you should have never been taken out of prison. You should never see freedom again in your life. Why? Some would ask. Because you took rights from another person. You decided the fate of another person. You decided when that person was going to die. And that was not your place to do that. So I say she should have stayed in prison and never got out. That's my opinion. And now I'm looking for yours. What do you guys think? Don't forget to hit the share button to share this with other people. The more opinions I can get, the better. Because I am doing some research and I'm going to use this as part of my study. So please, give me your feedback. And try to give me a little detail on why. Why do you think it's okay she's out? Or why? Why should she still be in prison? Or why? Why do you think she should have got the death sentence? What is your intake? Or input, rather. This is John, your wonderful host. I'll be talking to you guys again here real soon. Be sure to follow me on Twitter, Lounge with John. And also be sure to check out our new webpage, www.loungingwithjohn.com. The page is under updates, but you can go there and check out what we're doing so far, and you can also make donations if you would like to show any type of appreciation. That would help us out, and it will go for good purposes. Till next time, this is John signing off of The Lounge.
Be sure to follow The Lounge on Twitter. It is @LoungeWithJohn. You can follow us on Twitter and keep up with all announcements and messages that we might have for you. And also be sure to come over, hit that subscribe button, so that you can join us every video that we publish. And don't forget, you can make donations by going to our website at www.loungingwithjohn.com.